Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellency, Dr. Rashid, Excellencies, distinguished speakers, guests, delegates. It is indeed a great privilege for me to be here and speaking on this such an august forum and among the august audience on a very, very important topic on sustainable water future. Of course, our past speakers spoke a lot about importance of water. See, among all the elements of nature, if you put in the chronological order, water comes on the top. And it is an established fact, and it has been, there is no life without water. And this has been repeated earlier and during the day also, this will always be emphasized. There is a life without earth, without the land, fishes live in water. There is a life without air, of course again fishes live in water. There is a life without sunlight also. There are creatures 10 kilometers beneath the sea level. They are blind because sunlight doesn't reach there. Still they survive because of water. Every religion and every holy books have given importance of water. Of course, in Quran it is written that every life has been created with water. Now we are exploring another planet, and a lot of research has been going on to migrate on Mars, and the only thing what we are looking out is the availability of water. If there is a water availability, then there are means and ways to go and have our colonies over there. Water, I feel it is less a resource problem, it is more as a management problem. Because Allah subhanahu has given every resource in its capacity for every creature to enjoy, and it is available for every creature. But it is more as a management problem. There are cities in India. There is a city Cherrapunji which has the highest amount of rainfall, 16,000 mm rainfall, 16 meter of rainfall. Yet there is a scarcity of potable water over there. So it is not that we are in abundance of water and we have enough rainfall, so we are good with this resource. Water conservation, I always emphasize on water conservation, because if we have a good water conservation, then the demand side, the pressure on the demand side is reduced. And I am very glad that with this forum, with this 2 days of interaction, we'll create a lot of awareness. And as very rightly said by my previous speakers and respected Dr. Rashid as well, that there's a lack of awareness. We feel that the water is always available. For the young generations, when you ask them the source of water, they will show us the tap. They don't know from where it is generated and how it comes. So water is a management problem. I feel that we have been attending such forums, and in the society we live, every day in, day out, we attend some events and we see the criminal waste of water in these water bottles. We have to leave our etiquette aside. Etiquette doesn't supersede necessity. Every bottled water is important. That's why God has given water, rainfall in drops. God has not given rainfall in bucket or in tank. So it has given in droplets. So every water counts. So water has to be conserved extremely in a very proper way. Of course, there is an open statistics that 70% of the globe is covered with water. But when we go deep dive into that statistics, many of you would know about it, and it would be an eye-opener to those who doesn't know, that out of this 70% of water, only 4% is potable water. Out of this 4%, 75% of this 4% is in glaciers, in snow-capped mountains and icebergs. So that we are left with 1% of 70% of water. Of this 1%, 60% of this 1% is being shared by 9 countries in the world. So now imagine the rest of the world is sharing that 40% of 1% of water. So this imbalance has to be, is a very scary scenario. Efficiency, when we talk about water, there are large 3 sectors who consume water: agriculture, industry and domestic. Overall, agriculture has a fairly large scale in consumption of water. In India, we go in many districts in the villages, and when we talk to the farmers, that about 70% of the water is being consumed in agriculture. Let's say if we achieve 10% efficiency in water, or 10% saving by awareness and education, and a lot of in leveling the farms. See, many a time we see in the farming, the farmlands are on an uneven scale. So for the entire farm to reach water of 2 feet, maybe the catchment area has a 4 feet scale, downward scale. So you have a large water is being consumed there. So we create awareness in the farmer, and we explain them that if they level their farm, their water efficiency will improve, and with that less water they can have more efficiency. Same with industries. Some of the highly industrial countries in the world, they consume 80% of water is being used by industries. Now, industrial efficiency, if we achieve, then the domestic requirement becomes free. Of course, freshwater withdrawal from the groundwater has been tripled in last 50 years. The demand of freshwater is increasing every day, and every year we increase 80 million people on this globe. So let's say in 12 years, every 12 years a billion is being added. So that pressure on the resources is increasing, because changes in the lifestyle is required. Every consumption, where there is a consumption of water, there is a soul search to be done how we can improve it. We see in the malls, there are car wash, the guys are there, and I saw them that with a very less water they clean the car, compared to many other places where they keep on spraying the water, and a lot of water has been used. Energy demand is also accelerating. Now there is a study on virtual water. Every product in the world has a virtual water measurement. So to produce this one apple, how much water is being required? To produce a tire in the car, what is the amount of water required? So every product manufactured in every industry, there is a virtual water graph. So that are so alarming. So if we don't reduce that, if we don't bring efficiency, so the industry will keep guzzling water on production. Almost 80% of the disease in the developing countries are associated with waterborne diseases. So in some of the countries, there are about, for example, 500 children die every day of diarrhea. That you are talking about 1 in 17 seconds. So quality of water also needs to be improved, and this quality can be improved by rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is mandatory in many countries. In some of the countries, especially in India, very recently a law has been passed that of certain plot development, rainwater harvesting is mandatory. Tamil Nadu as a state of India, they passed this law in 1982, where rainwater harvesting was still on the nascent discussion, and only the connoisseurs on the water management were discussing on this. So now every state has a mandatory rainwater harvesting. I am on the board of International Rainwater Catchment Systems Association, which is under UNEP, and I handle the Middle East part. So normally every forum they ask me, what you harvest? There is hardly any rain in the Middle East. So I always say that whatever rainfall we have, right from 30-40 mm to 100 mm rainfall, I always tell them that whatever we have in scarce, we have to use it very wisely. And every drop needs to be harvested. Now, the challenge is that in a population of 7 billion plus people on the earth, everyone says that, okay, what will my contribute effect to water? If I conserve and the rest of the population will still behave the same, what is the significance of my contribution of saving? I'll give you one story. It happened in the era of the great King Akbar. And everyone knows that in his court there was a brilliant advisor called Birbal. Akbar asked Birbal that I want to check the loyalty of my subject, my people. Of course, Birbal advised it's not a good idea to do, but still he insisted that I want to check the loyalty of my people. So it was announced that they dig a well, and it was announced in the public that we will offer 1 glass of milk to the king, and everybody will contribute 1 glass of milk in this well, and we will give this well of milk to the king. One smart someone thought that in this well of milk, if I add my glass of water, what difference will it make? In the whole well of milk, nobody will look, and it was been told that you have to do it in the night. So when everybody poured a glass in the well, in the morning when they saw, to their surprise, the well was full of water. So everybody thought that what will my 1 glass of water will make the difference in the well, adding to that milk. So it's a great message in this, that every person has to take, it's an obligation for them to conserve water. We normally conduct these programs in the schools. We create students as our ambassador, and with this I request Your Excellency Dr. Alim that in Sharjah, all the schools with the help of Alim Education Center, some focus and some seminars are done to the children on explaining them on the water conservation. The children are the best ambassadors. When they go home, they will start telling their parents and the maids not to do this. You have to keep this off and on. So on the early stage in the childhood, it has been embedded to them. And actually, we are currently, what water we are using is of our next generation. And our children is one day going to curse us, so that you used our share of water. So water conservation, we always is very, very imperative. It's a very imperative need to conserve water. Dr. Musaru Emoto, he has done a lot of research on water and on the crystal photography, and there is water is related to culture as well. I have done studied of 1,000 years of water consumption pattern of India, right from Afghanistan to Burma was India that time. So how our ancestors used to manage water, and on that research, of course, I learned that they were quite wise than what we are now in water management and water conservation. Like if you go in all the villages or the old cities, you will find aqueducts built by the kings. And the reason, it was always a responsibility of the state to provide water, and that has been continued even now also as an authority or by the government, but still it is under the wing of the government that they used to provide water. Water has a lot of other factors apart from just drinking and hydrating ourselves. Water reacts very fast. If you take a glass of water and look with a smile, the water will change. If you look at this same water with anger, water will change. If you give it in the hands of a priest or a good person, the water will change. In same way, it will change in the hands of a criminal. And this has been proved by the crystal photography in the book, research paper published in 2006 in Mexico in the World Water Forum by Dr. Musaru Imoto. I was there in Mexico in that World Water Forum he presented, and he showed the importance of water. Now the migration, right now migration is based on economic values. We all from the different parts of the world gathered in Middle East, especially in the UAE, for economic values. If this topic of water conservation, water management is not addressed properly, and if we fail to do that, migration will only be based on water availability. And then you can see the polarization of communities moving towards water availability. There are many examples of cities and countries which have been abandoned because of lack of water. I thank Dr. Rashid, Your Excellency, for this wonderful event, and I feel that the deliberations on the proceedings of this event will have a lot of good and positive outcome on this subject. And through this forum, I extend my support and my help to Your Excellency. Consider me as your foot soldier in this endeavor of conserving and saving water. Good luck and thank you. All the best.
Mustafa, may I request you to stay on the stage, and may I request Dr. Rashid Ali to please join us on the stage and present a moment of thanks to Dr. Mustafa. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir. We